What's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and we have done it. We have unlocked all 101 characters in the LEGO Ninjago Movie video game, and we are here to show them off. This game is actually a ton of fun. It's very different in a lot of ways with the open world. The open world isn't quite as intuitive as I would hope, but it is what it is, and it actually works out really fun. There's only a couple areas that I don't love. Getting all 101 characters is going to take a little bit of effort. There are some areas that are kind of on rails that you're going to have to kind of fend through, like the Dark Ravine and the Unclimbable Mountain, stuff like that. So there's only one way to get where you want to go, but you know, it's all pretty attainable and not too difficult. So let's go ahead and get right into it. There are 101 unlockable characters in this game. The final character that you unlock is the Gold Ninja, who we will actually see last. And you have to have all 220 gold bricks in order to unlock him. Other than that, there is a final character in the character grid all the way down next to the Gold Ninja that is locked. This is a mystery character that you can only get with a code that is in the DVD or Blu-ray once it's released. So nobody has access to this character until such time. There are also some characters that you can basically create in Character Creator. I will make a video for those characters individually later, but for now let's check out all these characters and show off a little teeny bit of gameplay for each. First up, we have Kai. This is Kai as he is in the movie, with his elemental swords. Of course, Kai has fire, and he is pretty cool. I use Kai a lot. I would actually say that Kai might be my favorite ninja of the group. So there is Kai in his movie costume. Next up, we have Cole, who has this gigantic mace. He does earth power, so this is his Spinjitzu move. Where he does earth. You will use him a lot because there are some doors that you need to use the ninjutsu, the earth ninjutsu move in order to open. So that is Cole. Next up we have Nia, and Nia obviously has the power of water. This is her elemental ninjutsu move right here. Or you can actually we do have to use ninjutsu. So she can put out fires, and there are a couple buckets you have to fill that'll help with some puzzles and stuff like that. All the ninjas have a few different costumes in the game, and we'll look at all of them here. But this is Nia in her movie costume. Next up, we have Zane in his movie costume, and he has a bow in this, so he can shoot, bows. He's our Green Arrow of this game, our Hawkeye, if you will. And he shoots ice arrows. His power is obviously ice or winter. You're going to use him a lot to freeze waterfalls to turn into climb pads. And there you go. So if you let him stay bored and idle for a little bit, his head will start spinning because I guess he's a robot. So there you go. That is Zane. There it is. Next up we have Lloyd. And Lloyd is Earth. He basically, what he ends up doing is, it's kind of like Wild Style in LEGO Dimensions, where you'll nab 3 different things, and he's going to build them all together, and they'll end up forming something for the story. He's got his elemental green sword, a single sword. So there you go, Lloyd. It's interesting that Cole and Kai are the starter characters, even though Lloyd is kind of the one they focus on in the movie. Next up we have Jay, and he has this kind of mace, if you will. I don't know what they call it. I think they call it a flail. And he does lightning powers. So there you go, lightning. Now, obviously I like Jay a lot because my name is also Jay. And, I use Jay as much as possible. He's kind of a dork, though, and I don't love that aspect. But anyway, that is Jay in his movie costume. Next up, we have Master Wu-Tang. Alright, and I think Master Wu might actually be able to do all the elements. I'm not 100% positive. There are a character or two that can. You will definitely use his bow to do some turnstiles. Actually, it looks like he does earth, because that's the tornado logo. So Master Wu, obviously a big part of the story, because he is the master of the Ninjago crew. So there you go, you got yourself Master Wu. Next up you have Lord Garmadon, the jungle version. And there he is. His minifig is actually kind of sick. Now, this is one of a few different Lord Garmadon minifigs. I like him, actually. I think he's a pretty cool character. I love his double arms. He has like his own attack where he can basically break walls in designated areas. And he kind of stands at attention. So obviously this is Lloyd's father. And yeah, there you go. The antagonist of the story. Next up we have Lady Iron Dragon. And this, I guess this is a spoiler. So heads up if you haven't seen it yet and you don't know who it is. This is Lloyd's mom, Coco. So this comes up in the story. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know how much of the movie story is, you know, different or whatever from the game. But I do know that whatever the big ending is, they kind of skip it in the game. It very awkwardly transitions from one point to another. So I guess that's the price you pay for having a game that's using movie cutscenes. So next up we have Garma Mecha Man. Now you're going to unlock a Garma Mecha Man once you beat the story. And there is a extra level that's called Destroy Ninjago City. Now Garma Mecha Man cannot go underwater. That's weird. I thought he could. But Garma Mecha Man is just a gigantic robot that you actually that you will actually use to destroy Ninjago City, and his counterpart in that Destroy Ninjago City is the Green Ninja Mech Dragon. So these are two big robots. This is Godzilla, if you will. He can shoot lasers. And, yeah. So, also, he shoots fish. Almost missed that. So that is those two. I actually like them. They're pretty cool. So next we get into the ninjas without their masks. We have Kai. And this is him without his mask. He basically does the same thing. I like his hair. He also has a little battle damage there. Next up, shocker, we have Cole. Cole is got the man bun rocking and the bandana and sleeveless. Looks like he even has some tattoos. Got to make him edgy, bruh. And he's got his, I don't know. I like his mace. Like, I think it's kind of cool. So, anyway, that is Cole, maskless. Next up, we have Nia. I don't know what it is. I use Nia a lot in this game. I like Nia. She might actually be my favorite actual ninja. And not just, like, basing it off of looks or whatever. Like, I think I like her the most. Kai, I think I like just because red and his look and all that stuff. But she is basically a lot like her other version. Here you have Zane without his mask. And he's the same as all the other versions of Zane. So I'm just going to kind of show them off a little bit when it's the duplicates. There are a lot of duplicates in this game. Obviously, there are a ton of characters that they can go with in LEGO Ninjago. But obviously, the ninjas are the main focus. And there are different variations of them. So it made a lot of sense for them to have quite a few different versions. So here we have Lloyd without his mask. And now we have Jay without his mask. And, you know, he's got that scraggly hair. All right, so now we move on to our next row. And in our next row, we have Kai in his high school attire, also with his swords. And this is kind of where I start to like Kai. I mean, red's my favorite color. I mean, I wear red a lot. So I think this is a pretty cool look. So there you go. There's Kai in his high school outfit. Then we have Cole in his high school outfit. Also rocking sleeveless here. No man bun, though. I dig his t-shirt. I don't know. I guess those are basically the different elements for the ninjas. So I definitely dig that. Next up, we have Nia in her high school attire. I'm going to put that staff away. Got her leather jacket and her torn up designer jeans. And she does some stretching. And then some waving and some jumping jacks. Does the thing. So there you go. There is Nia. The camera doesn't really allow me to get as close as I do in other games with other characters. So that's unfortunate. Next we have the nerd of the group, Zane, wearing his sweet cardigan sweater with dress shirt and slacks. White slacks. That's a look. He's also got a sweet buzz cut and those crazy glassy blue eyes. So there you go, Zane. He has lots of really bad jokes in the game. So next up we have Lloyd. I can't stop doing Lloyd, but that came out wrong. So he shows off. He's got his sweet green hoodie. It's kind of like the Power Rangers, where they all kind of keep to their color code. So there you go, Lloyd. Also has very green eyes, as you can see. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and switch off of Jay, or of Kai, and we're gonna go with Jay High School. Jay is the ultimate hipster. He's got his scarf and his button-up blazer with some khaki dress pants. Total prepster. Eventually he whips out his phone, starts doing selfies. I like it. So that is Jay in his high school attire. Next we get into some of the Garmadon costumes. This is the regular Lord Garmadon. Just your typical Imperial Emperor. And look at that smile. That's a smile only a mother can like. So he's got his robes, and he's basically just like the other version of Garmadon. So we'll move on here. Next you have the Office Garmadon. This is actually a LEGO minifig in the blind packs. There's like 20 different minifigs that you can get in the blind packs, and this is one of them. This is if he was like a terrible 70s office worker, I guess, with that hair and those glasses. And geez, that suit. That is brutal. So somebody needs to teach him how to dress. Last you got, I love saying this, you got Lord Garmadon in his pajamas. He's got his sweet volcano pajamas. And there you go right here. I actually like this. This is also a minifig from the pack. And all the high school figures, I believe, are also in those blind packs. I actually have 2 of Zane sitting on my desk right now. Next up we have Coco, and I believe this is Lloyd's mother. And she has her crossbow. And I don't have Lloyd out anymore, so there she is. There is another version of Coco in her office attire. So I don't know if her and Garmadon worked in the office together. Her office attire also equally hideous. I mean that shirt, that blouse, if you will, fairly hideous. She's hiding ninja stars and an axe, and there's her name tag. It does say Coco. If I could get it close enough to her. Again, the camera angles make it a little difficult to really get a good look of showing off these characters. So there is Coco, Office. Next up we have Kai in his training attire. And there you can kind of see, not the best light from this direction, but all the characters have training attire. So there you go. He's got his kendo mask and still has his elemental swords. I like the pants though. So that is Kai. Next you have Nia in her ceremonial robes. So there you go. I actually like these. This is pretty cool. That would be a total White Ranger suit right there. So she does all the same things she does in all the other forms. There you go. There's a nice good look. This is my trick for showing off the characters. So this looks really good. So there you go. Next we have Lloyd in his kendo outfit. We'll actually put his sword away. So he's got his sword there, and he kind of thinks. I don't know if he does really any of his other antics, but there you go. So there is Lloyd. Next we have Ed, who I believe, through reading your comments, is Jay's father or adoptive father. So he looks like he's some kind of a mechanic. So there you go. He really just throws the fists, and he doesn't really do much else. So also with Ed, we have Edna. And I'm also led to believe this is Jay's mother or adoptive mother. I could be wrong. I'm just going based on comments that you guys have left. So, you know, she's pretty straightforward. I mean, probably not a character you're going to want to rock too much, but if you do like the LEGO Ninjago franchise, this character probably means something to you. Obviously, you know where Jay gets his cell phone usage from. You get it from her. So, she busts out her cell phone as well. Oh my goodness. Next up, we have the Hot Dog Man. Because TT Games loves their condiments. First we had Condiment King, and now we have the Hot Dog Man. And he's got some pretty interesting idle animations. Let's see if we can get him to do that. I'm actually okay with this character being in the game. I think it's a little cheesy, but, I mean, it's not the worst. Actually, maybe he has to put his guns away. So I want to get him into an... here we go. He's doing his idle animation here. I can appreciate him a little bit more because of these awesome idle animations. So, there you go. You have the Hot Dog Man. And that brings us to our next row. And, yeah, we have LEGO Ninjago Harley Quinn. That is basically who this is. This is the N-Pop girl. And it is a very shameless attempt to get a Harley Quinn looking character in here. She has her cell phone. She's wearing a Unikitty t-shirt. And she has Harley Quinn's hammer. If you could not tell, this is absolutely, unquestionably, a little bit of a ripoff of Harley Quinn. There's just no doubt about it. I like her though. I mean, I think she's pretty cool. Alright, so moving on to our next character. We have the Rocker. And this dude is pretty dope. Looks a little bit like Danny Trejo, Machete Guy. Or it could be the Metallica bassist. You decide. He does play drums in the story, so or he has a side quest for playing drums. So I love his idle animations though; is pretty cool. So that is the Rocker. Next we have the Sushi Chef, and I mean it's your typical throwaway character in these games, but I will say they did actually release a minifigure for him, and I have it. It was one of the ones in that 20 character blind packs that you can purchase from the game, or I should say for the movie. So I have a Sushi Chef minifigure, and it even comes with a Lego sushi. He has no, I mean, he does fighting, obviously, but I thought he would have his little knife, but I guess not. So that is the Sushi Chef. Another character I have a minifigure from that set is the General Number 1. She is actually a boss in one of the dojos. The dojos are actually really, really cool, and you can actually do all the different dojos over and over again if you really want to. They're really fun. I actually think it's a really cool addition to the game, and she's got double blasters. So there you go. This is General Number 1. Next up we have Shark Army General Number 1, and he also has double blasters, and we can put those away and get a good look at him. He's wearing the same kind of suit, but he's got his awesome shark helmet. I love these guys, actually. Like, honestly, like, these are a pretty cool enemy. I like the way that they did this, so I can deal with this. Next up, we have the Shark Army Thug, another character I have a minifigure for. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I got this big, huge box of LEGO Ninjago Movie stuff from LEGO and Warner Brothers, and one of the sets came with this minifigure. I got 5 different sets, including Kai's mech, which I still need to put together. But yeah, man, here you go, the Shark Army Thug. So next we have the Angler Goon. All of these kind of fish-themed bad guys are really cool in my books. I love their looks. They, I mean, for a generic kind of army, the fish theme was actually pretty fitting. I thought it was really cool. So there you go. You've got the Angler Goon. Our next one is Crusty. Now, I don't know if Crusty is a unique character or if this is just a generic army. Like, the people that wear the crab hat are just called Crusty. I'm assuming this is an actual character. Again, I haven't seen the movie yet. I think I'm going to see it tomorrow. But Crusty is another one of our army people. Next up we have Fishbowl. Very descriptive name. So he literally has a fishbowl over his head with some seaweed. All of these characters have blasters and they can swim. I didn't actually show you them swimming, so I'll do that now with Fishbowl. So they can go underwater. There are, like right here is where a gold brick was underwater. So they can all do a limited amount of swimming, and they do have quests based on that. So that is Fishbowl. And now I got to set up my my little MacGyver myself right. Here we have Great White Shark. Now again, I don't know if this is a unique character. If he's just like Rocksteady or Bebop, you know, like not a foot soldier, a Foot Clan soldier. I almost had it. I should have just left well enough alone, because I was getting very good views of them. Oh, that's why. Because I'm not Jay. Ha! There you go. But yeah, he's a cool look. I mean, if you're into that. He actually has Mjolnir, a fish-eating Mjolnir for a weapon. So there you go. There's that. I actually did miss showing some of these guys' weapons. Next you have Hammerhead, who has a fish eating a chainsaw. And I like Hammerhead. I got to pet a baby Hammerhead shark. So that's definitely a cool life experience. Just one of those things that you never think you'd get to do. So there you go. The Hammerhead shark. I'm not watching chat, but I do see that Pack Attack's in there. So shout outs to Pack Attack. Pack Attack is amazing. Everybody should be already probably subbed to his channel. He actually helped me a lot with some of the unlocks I was having trouble with. So I will take a moment in this video to give him a shout out. Next we have Octopus, and he's got like double fish knives. So there you go. Octopus. We have Pufferfish Thug, who, I mean, it looks like he's wearing a hockey helmet that's in the shape of a pufferfish. And he has like a big like mace, basically, with, you know, a fish eating it. So there you go, pufferfish. That's a really good look at him. Next up we have IT Bat Nerd. Now let me tell you about IT Bat Nerd. This is a character that you can get very early in the game, and is basically going to be your first character that can actually blow up silver bricks. So she's pretty cool. Obviously wearing a Batman shirt, which is a nice little tie-in to other LEGO games. Total dork, but she does, surprisingly, she throws bombs. So there you go. Blow things up with IT Bat Nerd. Not a character you thought you'd appreciate until you need her. Next up we have General Number 1 Fired. This is the same character as General Number 1, except she got fired. That comes up in the movie and in the story, so you'll understand that a little bit better. Basically, there is volcano damage to her suit and her face. She's got a little bit of a scar there. So anyway, there you are. Next up we have Shark Army General Number 1 Fired. Again, same deal. He's got volcano fire damage. And there you go. Basically a character we already saw in the video. Next we have our Snake Army Brute. And I like this guy, man. Like, he looks sick. He looks like he's straight out of Lord of the Rings. He's got some sweet double, you know, sikiths. I don't know, like swords. I don't really know what you call these things, but he's got 2 of them, and he's going to cut you. So I like this dude. As far as cannon fodder is concerned, he's pretty cool. So next we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into some of the classic costumes. And this is Kai's classic costume. And I have to say, I love the way he holds his swords here. Now, one thing I want to do and just kind of get out of the way, we've got Jay back there. Actually, Jay back here. And you get an achievement or a trophy for having them out at the same time. Master of Mirrors, played as a ninja and their classic variant in the same party. So I got that achievement out of the way here in the video. So we're gonna go right through our classic characters. Here is Classic Cole with his mace. These are the classic versions of the characters that you know and love. So there you go, Classic Cole. You also have Classic Nia, who, as far as the classic characters are concerned, definitely my favorite. She's got her elemental staff. And I don't know, like, very Japanese feel here. Like, I just love the way they designed her in this case. I love her helmet. I especially love, like, the mouth part of her helmet. Looks pretty cool. So there you go. There's Classic Nia. You have Classic Zane. Now, I've seen people that were disappointed that he has the bow and arrow. Apparently, the classic version of Zayn has a different weapon. I think like a double sikiths. And, you know, I don't know. But this is basically the Zayn that I think we all know from LEGO Dimensions anyway. So there you go, Classic Zayn. Next up, you have Classic Lloyd. Again, I feel like I'm going through the Power Rangers here with all their colors. So yeah, Classic Lloyd. He thinks and ponders. He's got some cool animations. I think he's going to do some jump kicks in a minute. Thought I was about to make a liar out of me. Yeah. So that is Classic Lloyd. Classic Jay. Alright, this is my man Jay. Obviously, again, I'm Jay, so I love Jay as a character. When I do my top 10 characters video, he is probably going to be numbers 1 through 5 because there's 5 different versions of Jay. So just a spoiler in advance. But we have Classic Jay. He still does his selfies. They basically use all the same animations for Jay. Next up, we're going to get into our Snake Army. And there's Serpentine. This is Pythor. And Pythor looks dope. All of the Snake Army characters look awesome. And Pythor has a staff. So there you go. Pythor with staff. So there you go. Next up, we have Acidicus. Now, here's something that's really cool. Oh, actually, no. Never mind. I was thinking of somebody else. This is one of the first Snake Army people I unlocked. And I like him. I was actually thinking of a different character that starts with an A. That's a speedster. There are 2 speedsters in this game. We'll get to them here in a moment. Next up, we have Lasha. Lasha has a flail. Looks a little bit like Serpentor. So I kind of like this. I don't know what it is. I like the snake people. So really cool look for all of them. So that is Lasha. And then we have Lazaro, who has a wooden axe. This is a total grunt right here. So there you go. Then we have Feng Sui. I think that's how you say it. I love this character's fighting stance. There's a few characters that use this stance. This character has a bone axe. So there you go. I love the suit too. Like it takes a lot of character and charisma to pull off a white suit like that. So there you have Feng Sui. I don't know if it's Sui or Sui. But anyway, this is Fang Tom. And this is a 2-headed snake monster that also has a big staff. So pretty cool look there. Now the snake people, they boogie oogie. I love the way they walk. It's kind of funny. All of the snake people have a power where they can dig into the ground. You're going to go after some gold bricks that you need them for. So I would say you definitely want to try to unlock one of them pretty quickly in the game. Because they will become very useful whenever you... I guess you just want to make the best use of your time when you're playing. You don't want to have to keep going back and forth from areas because you don't have certain things. So there you go. Fangtum. Next we have Snappa, who looks super intense. Has the same suit as Feng Sui. And pretty cool. So definitely like this character. Has like a pike basically. And next we have Scales. And Scales is pretty dope looking. Looks like he has like hypno eyes. But you know, just another variation of a lot of the different snake people. But they all have their own staffs. So I don't know if there's like different snake tribes or if these guys are all friends or what's going on. But there you go. And then also with Scales we have Slithra. And Slithra looks like more of a foot soldier. Has a bone axe. And also has those hypno eyes. So there you have Slithra. Next up we have Scalla Door. Not Skeletor, Scalla Door. Also a sluggish type character. All these sluggish type characters kind of remind me of Jabba the Hutt. Like when we play as Jabba the Hutt in games, the way they move. The way they shuffle. It's pretty cool. He's got his own staff as well. Scalla Door. Alright, next we're going to get into the ghost characters. This is Sensei Yang. All the ghost characters are awesome. there are ghost maneuvers that you have to do in the game, where you basically have, I don't know, it's kind of like when you use the Ghostbusters in LEGO Dimensions. There's like little ghosts floating around, and only they can solve it. He's got a staff. He doesn't really fly, but he does kind of float in the air. And I do really love the effects that they made for the ghost people. So next up we have Mauro. Now a lot of people were asking me to unlock Mauro, so I don't know enough about this character, but apparently the character is fairly popular as a bad guy. So this is one of our ghostly people. So Mauro, he has a sweet sword, like this double Darth Maul thing going on. So Mauro, pretty dope. Pretty dope. I like him. This was my go-to ghost late in the game. So that's Mauro. Next up we have Bansha, or Bansha. And she's got this cool sword as well. Again, another really cool looking character. I love the way that the character glows. It's such a cool look. And yeah, man, we have Bansha. So next up we have the Soul Archer. Now, I don't know if Soul Archer is supposed to be a specific character and they just gave it like a generic name. Obviously shoots bow and arrows, but whoa, that arrow just stopped midair. But when you go into the character creator, the Soul Archer has his own face and it looks fairly unique. So there you go, the Soul Archer. Next up we have General Cryptor, and he's pretty dope looking. He has double katana swords, and he looks a lot like Deadshot. He also has a wrench. So I'm assuming this is a robot. He has a robotic face, but his helmet is straight ripped off from Deadshot in LEGO Batman 3. And there's his double swords. So that is General Cryptor. He's also one of the bosses that you beat. This is Pixel. I don't know anything about her, but she's very unique. I really think she looks cool. I'm not even a fan of the purple color, but I think she's one of the cooler looking characters in the game. I'm assuming it's a she, even though she robotically has her chest possibly exposed. But yeah, she has, from what I understand, this is what what Zane probably should have had. And I actually kind of like these as a weapon, but they had to give one of the ninjas a bow and arrow, I suppose. So I guess Zane happened to be the one they did it for. So this is Pixel, and I think Pixel is pretty cool. So next we have Master Chen. Now here is something really awesome about Master Chen that I noticed when I looked up his staff in the character creator. Master Chen is a master of the Spinjitzu. So you can use Master Chen, and he does all of the Spinjitzus. If you look at when he locks on, I think just a second ago you could see that he did an Earth and another one. So Master Chen is actually possibly the most important character in the game if you want to just have a universal character that you're not trading off constantly, which is obviously nice. So there is his staff. If you played LEGO Dimensions, you might remember Master Chen. If you're not as big of a LEGO Ninjago fan, he had his little arena. So there you go. Oh, I see Nightclaw X saying that Pixel is Zane's girlfriend. That's cool. Next up we have Griffin Turner. Now this has been the most asked for character in the game, and that is because I'm running out of things to do here. That is because he is a speedster. He is going to run very fast and very speedy and get you to the places you need to go quicker than every other character because speed. So I actually haven't tried this yet. It looks like he locks on and totally does like the Flash type stuff. So this is Griffin Turner. He's got like a little bit of a Matrix kind of look to him. Like he could be Neo in disguise. So this very well may be Neo or what is it, Agent Smith or Mr. Smith. So there you go. That is Griffin Turner. Next up we have Karloff. Me, Karloff. Big and strong. So Karloff is one of the bosses that you actually fight. Actually, I think Griffin Turner might be too. But Karloff is one of the people you fight in Master Chen's little dojo in LEGO Dimensions. So he's got these hammer smash fists. And he can turn into iron. I don't know that he turns back. I'm holding B. When he does turn into this mode, he's very slow. But obviously, he's indestructible. I don't know if he's indestructible, but he should be. All my characters are indestructible because I have that gold brick on. So, there you go. That is Karloff. Next up, we have Asst. And I don't know anything about Asst, even though... Oh, he turns invisible. So I believe Asst and Pale Man are maybe cohorts, if you will. I unlocked them basically together in one area, and I remember reading the comments in the video, and I believe they work together, which I guess makes sense since I unlocked them together. But this is Asst. He looks kind of cool. Looks like he would be in Game of Thrones with that armor. So that's Asst, and then we have Balobo, who's the hipster dude. Suh, dude. Suh. He's got that sweet mountain man beard. Apparently, he is also a ninja, and I think he does like earth damage. If I remember correctly, he's like, I don't know. I can just picture him being a pacifist, but fighting if he needs to. So that is Balobo. Now, I haven't shown you a cool feature that they have. If you notice on the bottom, you can do LB and RB. That'll actually filter you through things. You can filter through them by weapon style. And you can also filter through them by character type. So I don't know why it switched to weapon style, but you can also do character style. So this is Camille. I don't know if it's Camille or Shamil. And she is interesting because she, from what I understand, based on the comment on her video, they got her wrong because she like, oh, okay. I think maybe in my video it glitched because she's a master of disguise apparently. And it got stuck with that shadow cloud. So there you go. So she can turn into like a general puffer man. So that's interesting. She looks like she's straight out of Gem and the Holograms, though. So that is Camille, or Shamil. Next we have Gravis, who apparently is a wind ninja. So here he is doing his thing. He has this sweet sword. Very Lawrence of Arabia. So I like him. He's got a pretty cool look. So there you go. There's Gravis. Next up we have Neuro, who I thought would be a bad guy, but turns out he's not. And he does his Earth Spinjitzu, I guess. I like his stance. He does not have a weapon, but he did just destroy Kai. So there is Neuro. Next up we have Pale Man, who has a really cool look. He looks like he's a total gangster, and he's got a clear face, and he, unsurprisingly, goes invisible. So like I said, I unlocked him with Ash. So I am under the assumption that they're cohorts of sort. But yeah, man, this is Pale Man. Next up, we have Shade. Shade is just a cool name. He looks like... I love the armor. The armor looks like he's like Geralt of Rivia with the Witcher kind of wolf logo on his chest. So there you go. Shade, as you would imagine, also turns invisible. I can't see you, Shade. Where are you at? So... that is Shade. He doesn't have any weapons, though. Next, we have Skylar, who I was told in a video about her. She's got a crossbow. I was told she's kind of like Rogue, where she can touch you and take your powers. I don't know how true that is. I might be totally butchering the description of her, but I like her because she kind of reminds me of like Green Arrow. Like, I heard in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, in the character creator, you can change the colors of their costumes. So I wish I could change her hood to green and then make myself a Green Arrow. That would be cool. So I like her, though. She's got her crossbow. She looks pretty cool. So that is Skylar. Next we have Tox. And Tox I don't know much about, but she, whoops, pulls up this like energy ball around her. Whoops. And it has like a noxious fume that it outputs. So this will protect you through things, I guess. I haven't really found a need for this power, but, you know, if you need it, she can do it. So there is Tox. Next up we have Natakan, and Natakan is one of the bosses that you fight in one of the dojos. His sword is super sick. And he actually does explosive damage. So if you're looking for a cool character that does not look at explosions, just turns around and walks away, Natakan is your man. Because, you know, cool guys don't look at explosions. He's pretty cool looking. He's got like a Goro vibe to him from Mortal Kombat. Next up we have Siren, another Sky Captain from the Sky Dojo. She's got her double swords. And next up we have Flintlock, who, shocker, has a flint gun. He throws TNT as well, as did the last character. He's got a sweet mustache. Mustachio a question. So there you go. Next up we have Accra Knicks. Now this is a character you're definitely going to love. I love this dude. I don't know anything about him, but what I do know is, like Griffin, he runs very fast. So this is one of our other speedsters. You need one of these two speedsters in order to get all the races won. The races can be a little bit of trouble. There's one race in the docks that will have you question the meaning of life, and I finally got it with Accra Knicks, or Chronics, however you pronounce it, and you know, there he is. So we love our speedsters. Next you have Crux. Chronics and Crux are the two bosses from one of the dojos, and you'll unlock both of them in the same dojo. So here you go. Has a huge axe. with a cool little blade to it. So there you go. That's Crux. Next up we have the Master of Lightning. And she does lightning spinjitzu. Shocker. No pun intended. Apparently this is Jay's real mother. I've learned that from the comment in her video. So there you go, the Master of Lightning. Very Raiden looking. I feel like you can make a Raiden with her suit. So next up we have Maya, who I know nothing about, but she is also a ninja, and she has herself a really cool suit and a staff. You will need staff characters, so might as well be her. So that is Maya. Then you have Ray. I don't know anything about Ray, except he has fire swords like Kai. I don't know if this is a relative of Kai. Very well could be, but looks pretty cool. He's got that cool fighting stance, and he's got a sweet dragon on his shirt. I have not done an unlock video for him because I unlocked him during gameplay, so I just need to kind of go back and get his unlock location done, and I will have a feature video for him. Love his gi. Looks really cool. So there you go. Next up we have Samurai X, who also has that sweet stance. Samurai X you unlock in one of the battle arenas, or one of the dojos I should say. So I'm under the impression that Samurai X is a female robot. That's what we were told. And apparently when we unlock Classic Nia, you're in the lair of Samurai X. Samurai X is an awesome looking character, and I can tell you right now, probably going to make my top 10 character list. So there you go, Samurai X. Next up we have Ronin, and if you have followed any variations of anything, Ronin is a very, very common ninja name. You know, we've got 47 Ronin was a movie. Ronin is also a character that Hawkeye was rolling with for a while, and I think actually the Vampire Blade actually went by Ronin for a while too. So I love Ronin's armor. It's got like a very Boba Fett vibe to it. So there you go. This is Ronin. Next we have Dareth, who, you know, I just don't know who Dareth is, but he's got his open fighting stance, and looks like he's got some brown gi suit. He does not seem to do any spinjitzu, but he does do some karate. He's very agile, so I don't really know what he's all about, but there you go. There is Dareth. Next up we have Postman, who, again, I don't know anything about Postman here. He's got like a French horn on his little tracksuit here, which, come on, we almost got him here. So we got a little bit of a tracksuit. I don't know if it's a tracksuit or if they're pajamas, but, you know, we'll, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. He just seems like he's very boring, but he's probably the coolest character in the game for all I know. Next up we have General Kozu, and this dude is pretty sick looking. I love the way he just stands there at attention so seriously, like, yo, I'm awesome and I know it. He has this huge staff or hammer, and I love the way that he used both arms to hold it. So there you go, General Kozu. Then you have the Stone Warrior. Another character I really like, very Darth Maul looking. He's got double swords. but not on fire double swords. And just, I don't know, like, this is my Darth Maul soldier. So there you go. Next we have Mr. Liu, who I know nothing about. He seems a little out of place with his attire, but he obviously does spinjitzu. So what's up with that? He looks like he's basically Colin Farrell's character in Fantastic Beasts. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like grasping at straws there. And last but certainly not least, we have the Golden Ninja. Look at that. He looks pretty sick. He's got like a little bit of a green tint to him. So there you go. And he's got his double swords. And if you look at him, he's got his double dragon swords. And they look dope. And that is an awesome close-up view of the Gold Ninja. The Gold Ninja is the last character you are going to unlock. When you unlock the Gold Ninja, you will have 100% completion in the game. And you will also have 220 gold bricks. And he will be your 101st character. So this is the last character you will unlock in the game. He looks really cool, man. I have no doubt that he's going to be on my top 10 list. Now, I can't really confirm at the moment, but I'm under the impression that he also does all the spinjitzu. So we'll just see if we can test that theory. Is there any fire we can put out? Or water we can freeze? Or anything like that. But yeah, that bridge just came out of nowhere. It had to remember that I unlocked it, so... the city is a little chaotic. You just kind of have to bounce around and show up everywhere. Like, I don't know. And lastly, over here is where you enter into Character Creator. So this is where you create your characters. I've done 2 videos on Character Creator. The first one was sort of just a, this is what Character Creator is all about. And the second one is Character Creator with everything unlocked. So there you go. Character Creator is right in the background. And this is the Golden Ninja, our 101st character. As I mentioned earlier in the video, there is going to be a 202nd character right next to the Golden Ninja. Right here. And this is going to be available via code that comes with the DVD and Blu-ray version of the game, so nobody has these characters. Now, there's different ways to go through the assignments here. So, obviously, you can go through basic spinjitzu, fire spinjitzu. Oh, this will tell us. Earth, green, concussion spinjitzu, universal spinjitzu. Oh, wow. So, Gold Ninja, Skylar, and Master Chen all do universal spinjitzu. So any of those 3 characters can do all the spinjitzu. And then Steel Skin is obviously Karloff, which I didn't mean to do that. So then you can also cycle through Super Speed, Forearms, Scanning, Disguise, Fast Build, Destroy on Contact, Burrow, Invisibility, Possession, Shield, Nindroid Hacking, Underwater Swim, and Explosives. And then you can cycle through Ninjas, Nindroids, Serpentine, Ghosts, Sky Pirates, Warlords, Shark Army, Time Twins. I don't know why they gave them their own class. The Stone Army, and Civilians. So that is pretty cool. That's a really cool thing that I really hope they bring into LEGO Marvel Superheroes, where you're able to just break down all the characters based on what they do and cycle through them that way. So definitely an awesome addition to the game if you don't know who does what. So In any event, that is all 101 characters in the game. I appreciate everybody that watched through this. I was going to record the video just separately, but I figured rather than recording the video and uploading it, I would just go ahead and live stream it. That way you guys can watch my work in progress and have conversations with each other. I apologize that I did not follow chat as much, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm glad that you were here. So, and for all of those that are watching the video after the fact, this is my my all characters unlocked video, something I think I've been known for doing for quite a while. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see ya. Peace.